We're 2 days into 49ers training camp, and today was a really good day for Brock Purdy and Mac Jones, and a really, really bad day for the 49ers secondary, which is very much a work in progress. Let's break it all down. The good quarterback, Brock Purdy, man, he was the best version of himself as opposed to yesterday when he was really the worst version of himself. So today, decisive, taking what the defense gives him, not forcing passes into coverage, finding wide open guys, beating blitzes quickly with his mind. The best version of Brock. And it's like, we know we can do it. We've seen this. We've seen other versions of him. And I think it's not a coincidence that this version appears when Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams are on the field at the same time. It's the way it is. Those guys have a huge impact on the whole offense. George Kittle is a great player, but he's going to get his stats whether the quarterback is Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard. And if he has a great year, the Niners still could win 6 games. With Christian and Trent, those guys make the 49ers win. They make other players better. So if it's Mac, if it's Brock, they're going to play really well with those guys. There's going to be a lot of guys wide open. Christian McCaffrey isn't, taking over practices the way he did 2 years ago with like long run after long run, but just his presence on the field for play action passes. Anytime he runs a route, gets other people open. So it's good to see Brock Purdy play like the MVP version or the MVP finalist version that he was 2 years ago. If Christian stays healthy, if Trent stays healthy, Brock should have a really good year. Let's talk about Mac Jones, though. He's also in the good section. He is not nearly the athlete that Brock Purdy is. He's not as good of a quarterback as Brock Purdy. There's no competition here, but he needs to be a good backup because last year the Niners didn't have a good backup, and when Brock went down, they couldn't win. And what I'm seeing with Mac Jones is he is clearly a lot better than Brandon Allen and Josh Dobbs were last year. Like, I'm even a little bit more impressed with Mac Jones at this stage in his development or his learning process with the 49ers than I was with Sam Darnold. When Sam Darnold was in his first couple of practices and training camp, I felt like he was indecisive, held the ball a long time, and then checked it down. With Mac, he's very decisive. He does not hold the ball a long time, and he throws with anticipation. Sometimes he throws too quickly, but to me, that indicates that he's getting a feel, not a feel. He's memorizing. He's learning the 49ers playbook and getting it down pat, which is a very good sign. There was an interesting play. He checked the ball down quickly to Jordan James on like a Texas route. And this was, the twos. But every time Mac Jones was on the field, Kyle would give him one starter. So sometimes it was Kittle, sometimes it was McCaffrey, clearly trying to boost his confidence, give him someone so he could play well. On this particular rep, Jawan Jennings was on the field. He ran some route, gave good effort, and Mac Jones didn't really give him a chance. Instead, he checked down real quickly to Jordan James, and Jawan Jennings was upset. I'm not allowed to say exactly what he said, but he yelled, and he let Mac Jones hear it. And like 3 reps later, Mac Jones went right back to Jawan and got on the ball in stride. Actually, the next time he went to Jawan dropped it, got real quiet. But to Mac Jones' credit, came back to him 2 more times. And they're sort of developing their own rapport and chemistry right now. So that's got to be good news for the 49ers. They need a good quarterback room. They don't really prioritize pass protection. So they need a good backup quarterback, and it looks like they got one. Okay, next guy, wide receiver Isaiah Neor, undrafted rookie free agent. He jumped and caught a deep pass from Mac Jones over Jason Pinnock and Richie Grant. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Pads haven't gone on yet. We haven't even seen preseason, but he's going to make the team. He's competing with Junior Bergen, who is never going to make a play like that. He's a return specialist who runs like a 4.6. So, yeah, I'm thinking Isaiah Neor is going to make the team. If he makes any play like that in preseason, it's a foregone conclusion. I think he's the Niners' secret. Maybe they hope they can sneak him onto the practice squad, but I'm going to make sure that they can't because I'm not on their payroll. And if they want me to help them sneak someone on the practice squad, I need $2 million cash. Nickelback Upton Stout, he's actually starting to play with the starters as opposed to Alfred Collins and CJ West and Nick Martin. I'm not saying those guys aren't good, but they're being groomed slowly while Upton Stout is not. He's splitting reps with the first team at Nickelback with Trey Brown, and he just looks at least as good as Trey Brown. He's 5 years younger than him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he starts week 1. On third down, I even saw him blitz once. So you can see that Robert Saleh has a plan and a vision for him, which means he's going to play. Defensive end, Mykel Williams. I told you what he did as a pass rusher yesterday against Dominic Purdy. Today, he was playing a lot at D end, particularly against Trent Williams. And this was a matchup that I thought was really interesting. As a pass rusher, Mykel Williams, it's going to take him a while to ever beat Trent Williams if he ever does. But as a run defender, this is what Mykel Williams was billed as. And you can see it right away. Whenever they tried to run behind Trent Williams, which is their best way to run, Mykel Williams just stood him up. Trent Williams could not move Mykel, and he would set the edge. And so what Christian McCaffrey tried to retreat and bounce around to the outside, and he got tagged by Jair Brown for a loss of 3. Patrick Taylor Jr., what he just did was cut back into the teeth of the defense and gained 2 yards. So I don't know. I mean, pads aren't on yet, but as an edge defender, as a edge setter, run defender, he was getting the best of Trent Williams. After practice, I asked Trent Williams, who does Mykel Williams remind you of? And he said, maybe a young DeForest Buckner if Buckner could play on the edge. That's high praise. Wide receiver DeMarcus Robinson. He's quietly having a really good camp. He didn't pull his hamstring. He's not missing any time. He's starting at Z opposite Jawan Jennings and catching just as many passes as Jennings. He's a little bit faster than Jennings. He's not small. And if Ricky Pearsall's in and out, this guy's going to start over Ricky Pearsall because he's really good. So Ricky's going to need to step up. Forget Jordan Watkins, the rookie. He's a good player, but he's got a long way to go. DeMarcus Robinson is there right now and producing. The not so good, the whole freaking secondary. All you got to do is not throw the ball to Deommodore Lenoir, and everything else is wide open. You have nothing but green lights. Any safety, Pinnock, Grant, Brown, they're going to really struggle until Mustafa comes back. And then Upton Stout, unproven. Renardo Green, I think he's given up like 100% completion percentage so far this offseason in front of the media. He's got a real problem right now, whether it's zone coverage, man coverage. They can't blitz because they can't cover. What are they going to do in the secondary? Just having one guy, Lenoir, isn't enough. They should go sign Justin Simmons. Running back, Corey Kiner, he fumbled, which is not the end of the world. It's practice, but it's Kyle. It's probably going to land Kiner in the doghouse for 8 years. And he's competing with Jordan James, who really doesn't fumble. So if Kiner's kind of playing his way onto the practice squad, we'll see what happens. And finally, Tanner Mordecai. He is a good athlete with a strong arm. He's just really inaccurate, and he threw an interception today directly to linebacker Stone Blanton. It was horrible, and I don't think he's going to make the 53-man roster, but he's got a spot on the practice squad waiting.